Have you ever felt like you're playing a character in a movie you didn't write? That you're bound by a script of limitations, past mistakes, and circumstances beyond your control? You work hard. You try to think positive. But life feels like a current you're constantly swimming against. What if I told you that this feeling of being a separate, limited individual is the greatest illusion you've ever accepted, and that the key to dissolving this illusion and stepping into your true power as the creator of your reality is held within two of the simplest words in the English language: I am. This isn't just about positive thinking. This is about a profound shift in identity, a shift that ancient wisdom traditions have pointed to for millennia, and that modern quantum physics is now beginning to describe in the language of science. We stand at a unique intersection in history where the spiritual and the scientific are converging on a single astonishing truth. Your consciousness is not just a product of your brain. Your consciousness is the fundamental fabric of reality itself. And by understanding the immense creative power condensed into the statement, I am, you can unlock what I call the divine state, a state of awareness where you no longer function as a separate person, but as the infinite consciousness experiencing the world through you. This is the journey of remembering who you truly are, and it starts right now. The power of these two words has been the central secret of mystics and sages for thousands of years. When Moses encounters the divine in the burning bush and asks for its name, the answer is, I am that I am. This is not a name like John or Jane. It is a statement of pure existence. The source of all things identifies itself simply as being. It is the unconditioned awareness that precedes all creation. When Jesus says, I and the Father are one, he is not making a claim of personal grandiosity. He is revealing a universal principle. He is stating that the individual expression of consciousness, the I, is one and the same with the universal source consciousness, the Father. In the East, the Buddha spoke of an inherent Buddha nature within all beings, a perfect enlightened awareness that is our true identity. And the ancient Vedic texts of India declare Tattvamasi, which translates to you are that. You, the individual awareness looking through your eyes right now, are that, the one, singular, universal consciousness that is the source of all that is. These are not separate teachings. They are different fingers pointing to the same moon. They are all telling you that your true self is not your name, your job, your body, or your history. Your true identity is the formless, timeless awareness of I am. You may feel that this level of awareness is reserved for saints or gurus, but I want you to consider something. Your consciousness may already be showing you signs that you are ready to recognize this truth. Have you ever had a moment, perhaps while looking at a sunset or holding a child, where the sense of you as a separate self just melted away? And in its place was a feeling of profound peace and connection to everything. Or have you ever had an experience of spontaneous knowing, where the answer to a complex problem just appears in your mind, fully formed, without any logical steps? What about those moments of uncanny synchronicity, those impossible manifestations, where the world seems to rearrange itself to match a deep intention or desire you hold? Or bursts of effortless creativity, where ideas flow through you so quickly you can barely write them down? These are not random glitches in the matrix. These are invitations. They are moments when the veil of your limited personality thins, allowing the light of your true nature, the infinite I am, to shine through. These experiences are whispers from your deeper self, reminding you that you are far more than the character you've been playing. They are signs that you are awakening to the divine state. For many of us, the journey to this recognition is paved with hardship. We look at our suffering, our failures, our heartbreaks, and we see them as evidence of our powerlessness. But from the perspective of consciousness, these challenges serve a profound and necessary purpose. Every difficult experience you have ever endured was a form of spiritual alchemy, designed to do one thing: dissolve your attachments to a false, limited identity. Think about it. A financial crisis destroys your identity as someone who has money. A painful breakup shatters your identity as someone's partner. A health challenge breaks down your identity as a healthy physical body. These experiences are a form of ego death. They systematically strip away everything you thought you were, forcing you to find the one thing that remains when all else is gone, the silent, unshakable awareness that was present through it all. Your suffering was not a punishment. It was a preparation. It was the fire clearing away the dead wood of the ego so that the infinite consciousness of I Am could finally recognize itself. It clears the vessel so that the divine can pour in. Your greatest pains are the gateways to your greatest power because they force you to let go of who you are not, to make space for who you truly are. So how do we make this shift from a theoretical understanding to a lived reality? It begins with a simple yet radical practice. The practice of resting in the pure, unadorned feeling of I am. We are so accustomed to completing that sentence. I am tired. I am busy. I am stressed. I am not good enough. Each time you attach a limiting word to I am, you are taking the infinite creative power of the universe and commanding it to create that limitation for you. You are instructing the quantum field to collapse into the reality of tired, stressed, or not enough. The secret is to interrupt this pattern. The next time you feel the impulse to define yourself with a limitation, I want you to just stop. Stop at the first two words, I am, and just rest there. Feel the stillness and the silent presence behind those words. That feeling is the doorway. It is the feeling of the quantum field in its state of pure potentiality, before you've told it what to become. This directly relates to one of the most mind-bending principles of quantum physics, the observer effect. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists found that subatomic particles, the building blocks of our reality, exist as a wave of all possibilities simultaneously until they are observed. The moment a conscious observer measures or looks at the particle, the wave of potential collapses into a single, definite particle in a specific time and space. You, your consciousness, are that observer. Your awareness is the creative force that turns the infinite waves of potential into the concrete particles of your experience. When you hold your awareness in the pure, undefined state of I am, you are holding the quantum field in its state of infinite potential. When you say I am sick, you are the observer collapsing the wave into the particle of sickness. But when you rest in the pure awareness of I am, you align yourself with the field of all possibilities, including the possibility of perfect health, infinite abundance, and profound joy. You are moving from being the effect to being the cause. Let's go deeper into the physics of this divine state. Everything in the universe, from your thoughts to the chair you're sitting on, is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. Your state of being, the combination of your thoughts, emotions, and core beliefs, broadcasts a distinct electromagnetic signature into the quantum field. When you are identified with your ego, with fear, lack, and separation, you broadcast an incoherent, chaotic signal. You might say the words, I want abundance, but your deep feeling and belief is, I am lack. This creates energetic interference. You are sending mixed signals, and the universe, which always responds to your dominant frequency, reflects that chaos back to you as a life of struggle and frustration. The divine state, the state of I am, is a state of perfect coherence. It is the frequency of the source of all creation. When you align your identity with this pure, infinite awareness, your entire energetic signature changes. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs come into alignment with the truth of who you are, whole, complete, and limitless. You begin to broadcast a powerful, coherent signal into the field. This is the principle of resonance in quantum mechanics. Systems that vibrate at harmonious frequencies naturally exchange energy and information. By resonating with the frequency of the quantum field, you move into a state of flow. Reality begins to organize itself around your coherent consciousness. This is the mechanism behind those impossible manifestations and synchronicities. It's not magic, it's physics. The universe is not giving you what you want, it is mirroring who you are being. This is why those signs of readiness are so important. Those moments of unity, peace, and spontaneous knowing are glimpses of your natural, coherent state. They are proof that this state is already within you, and this has profound implications, even at a biological level. The field of epigenetics shows that your genes are not your destiny. It is the environment of the cell that signals the gene to express itself in a certain way. And what creates that environment? Your perception, your consciousness. When you are living in a state of stress, fear, and limitation, you are literally creating a chemical environment in your body that signals genes for disease and aging. When you shift your core identity to the infinite, whole, and empowered awareness of I am, you change your body's chemistry. You create an environment that signals genes for health, vitality, and regeneration. You are not a victim of your biology. You are the consciousness that is instructing your biology in every single moment. Let's make this incredibly practical. How do you start integrating this into your daily life right now? It begins the moment you wake up, before you reach for your phone, before your mind starts running its list of worries and to-dos. Just lie there for a minute. Don't think about who you are. Just feel that you are. Feel the simple, silent awareness of existence. That is the I am presence. Rest in that feeling for just a few moments. You are starting your day by aligning with the source of all power. Then, create anchors throughout your day. Choose a common trigger, like walking through a doorway, hearing your phone buzz, or taking a sip of water. Let that be your cue to pause. Take one conscious breath and return to the simple feeling of I am. You don't need to meditate for an hour on a mountaintop. You can access this state in a single second, in the middle of a busy office or a chaotic home. I want you to experience this directly. Right now, wherever you are. Just take a moment. If you can, gently close your eyes. Take one deep breath in and let it go. Now, bring your attention away from the thoughts in your head and the sounds around you. Bring it inward to the silent, still space within you. The space that is simply aware. Aware of your breath. Aware of your body. Aware that you are. Don't try to name it or define it. Just feel it. This silent, peaceful awareness. That is the true I am. I want you to go to the comments section right now and share just one word that describes what you felt in that moment. Was it peace, stillness, calm, power? Let's fill the comments with the frequency of this presence. Now, the biggest challenge you will face on this path is the voice of doubt. As you begin to practice this, your ego mind, the conditioned personality, will fight back. It has been running the show for your entire life, and it won't give up control easily. It will scream at you, "This is delusional. Look at your bank account. Look at your relationship problems. Look at your body. This I am stuff is nonsense." This is the critical moment. Your job is not to argue with that voice. Your job is not to fight it. Your job is to simply see it for what it is. A deeply ingrained neurological program. It's an echo of the past. When that thought arises, I am not good enough. Instead of believing it, simply become the awareness that notices the thought. You can say to yourself, there is the thought that I am not good enough. In that moment, you have disidentified from the thought and recentered yourself as the silent witness, the true I am that is aware of the thought. This is how we recontextualize a lifetime of hardship. Every single thing that you once labeled as bad or wrong was actually a gift. It was a pressure cooker designed to dissolve a piece of the false self. That brutal job you hated. It was designed to destroy your attachment to security and force you to find your true worth within. That devastating betrayal? It was designed to break open your heart so you could discover a love that isn't dependent on anyone else. Your challenges were a sacred demolition process, tearing down the prison of the limited self, brick by brick. They were preparing you for this moment. The moment you realize that your true identity is the one thing that can never be threatened, broken, or taken away. It is the timeless, formless consciousness of I am. Sustaining this state is not a struggle. It is a continual act of remembrance. Each time you get lost in a story of limitation, and then you remember to come back to the I am presence, you are weakening old neural pathways of lack and strengthening new neural pathways of empowerment. You are literally reconditioning your subconscious mind to operate from this divine state as its new default setting. Let's bring this all together. You are not a human being struggling to have a spiritual experience. You are infinite, universal consciousness having a temporary human experience. The divine state is not some far-off goal you need to achieve through years of effort. It is your natural state. It is what is revealed when you stop all the effort to be someone you are not. Your personality, your body, your memories, and your life story are a costume you are wearing, a role you are playing. But you are the actor, not the role. The core of your being is the same awareness that looked through the eyes of Jesus, the Buddha, and every sage who has ever walked the earth. That awareness is I am. The two words I am are the most powerful creative statement in the universe. Whatever you place after them becomes your command to reality. For your entire life, you have likely been unconsciously programming your reality with limitations. I am sick. I am poor. I am lonely. I am unworthy. Today, that ends. The shift is simply to become conscious of this power, to rest in the undefined stillness of I am, and to consciously choose what you attach to it, knowing you are directing the very substance of creation. This is not New Age philosophy. This is the operating manual for reality, described in the language of quantum physics and echoed in the heart of ancient wisdom. You are the observer. You are the one collapsing the wave of infinite potential into the particle of your lived experience. The path forward is not about adding more to yourself. It is a path of subtraction. It is about unbecoming everything you thought you were, so you can finally be who you were destined to be all along. If this message has stirred something within you, if you felt a flicker of recognition, a feeling of coming home, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join this community. We are a collective of creators, healers, and visionaries who are here to remember our divine power together. Click that notification bell, because our journey is just beginning. Your new reality does not start tomorrow or next week. It begins in the power of this exact moment, with the recognition of the two words that define all of creation. I am.